Hi my friend, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hi and welcome. I hope you stick around for a while. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing some ways you can use Dollar Tree's pool noodles for some amazing DIYs. These turned out so gorgeous and I'm super excited to share with you. So let's jump on in. So starting off for the first DIY, I obviously have one of those pool noodles, and I'm just going to take this little sharp knife. You can find these at Dollar Tree. They work very well. I'm just going to cut a small piece off of the end here, and you can see it's really easy to cut. You just have to keep going around and around, and then we just have to snap that and it'll break right off. And I'm gonna cut another piece, and I'm just gonna roughly estimate where it needs to be cut, because it doesn't need to be exactly perfect. And then I'm gonna cut the other piece the same exact way, and you can see how easy it was just to snap apart once it's cut. And so we have our two pieces. Now I want to create a base so that these could stand up. So I decided to use some tower tumbling blocks from Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to take my hot glue gun and I'm going to put a little dot and start placing those blocks right onto the pool noodle. And this is going to give a nice sturdy base so that they can stand up straight. And so I'm going to hot glue 4 of them all the way around the pool noodle, and then I'm going to take 4 more, and you'll see in just a minute I'm going to cross them over the first layer, and that's going to give it a nice look, and it's also going to hide a little bit more of that pool noodle whenever we place down our other stuff that we are going to put. So you can see here that I'm crossing it over the first layer, and I'm just putting a little dot of hot glue so that it touches the first layer and also hot glued onto the pool noodle, so that way it can be everything nice and sturdy and tight together. And I'm just going to continue that with 4 of the blocks as well, so in total you'll have 2 layers. And then I'm going to go ahead and take this outside, and I'm going to give it a nice coat of spray paint in this cinnamon color. This color is absolutely beautiful. I love this color. But of course you can use whatever color that you prefer, and then I'm gonna let that dry really well. And you can see how beautiful it looks once it's nice and dry, and they stand up beautifully. So now this is going to be some nice beautiful centerpieces, and we're gonna stick all of these beautiful florals inside. And of course, once again, you can pick out your stems of your choice of florals and stuff like that from the Dollar Tree, or even Walmart, I believe, sells florals. Hobby Lobby, wherever you prefer. So I'm gonna take them and I clip them off one by one because I do want them to be separated nicely. So I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna just start with the mums first, and I'm going to just stick them right inside along with some hot glue on the stem, because I want to make sure that they won't be falling off and stuff like that. So you just want to make sure that you take the florals and you separate them evenly, so that it doesn't look like more of one certain type of flower is together in one side than the other. So just try your best and just kind of eyeball it and keep doing it as you go. So I'm going to start off with the mums here, and then I'm going to work my way to the yellow roses, and I'm just going to do the same thing, just kind of spread them apart in the different spaces, and just keep filling it up until it's all completely full. I want the whole thing covered in flowers, and it's gonna look super pretty. And I'm gonna make 2 of these because I do think it'll look nice as a pair, have that as a centerpiece on your dining room table, or just to decorate anywhere else. And now I'm going in with some hot glue because I want to add some moss. This is just going to camouflage that pool noodle and make it look like if it's grass underneath all of those flowers. So I'm going to add that right on top where I'm gonna add one big flower at the top, and that is it. And you can see how beautiful this DIY turned out. I really love them, and I think they would look so nice for the springtime, on your dining room table, as I said, or just anywhere you want to place them. Let me know what you think, because I love to hear your thoughts. Next up, my friend, I have this long sign from Dollar Tree, and it's already painted and it's looking nice with that distressed look. So I'm gonna take this flower wood sign, also from Dollar Tree, and I'm gonna give it a nice coat of white paint and just paint that completely. I gave it 2 coats, and then I'm gonna let that dry really well. Once it's dry, I do sand it down because my paintbrush was leaving some strokes that I didn't like. So once that's all done, I want to take this flower sign and I want to attach it to the larger sign. So I'm going to take some crazy glue along with the hot glue, and I'm going to press it down onto that sign. And you guys, I forgot that the larger sign had a star cutout, so you don't need to add the crazy glue in the center of the flower. Try to get it a little bit more out to the sides, and then you want to press that down really nice and tightly. And I also put my paint bucket on top just so I can make sure that it's nice and tight. Then I want to go in with these sticker letters. I got these from Hobby Lobby, and I like the size of these, and they're a little bit puffed up. I'm gonna spell out the word hello onto my flower sign, and you can obviously put whatever you like. You can add hello, or you can put spring, whatever you would like to do. And I'm using my ruler just to kind of get it straight. But you guys, it really didn't work out. It comes out a little bit crooked, and I really don't like that. It bothers me, so I would have to go in and fix it later on. But I'm better off for some reason just eyeballing things. I noticed that, sometimes with the ruler it does work, but most of the time it doesn't for me. So now I'm adding some Mod Podge on top to make sure it's nice and secure. And then I'm gonna go in with my pool noodle, and I'm gonna cut a small piece, just kind of measure it on to the sign so you can see the size that you need. And then I'm just going to cut those out. Once it's cut, I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut it right in half. So you just want to cut that side and go around and cut the other side, and then you'll have 2 pieces in halves. And we're going to attach these onto our sign using some hot glue. So I put a nice generous amount, and you want to just press it down nice and tight, and you want to hold it for a little bit because the floral foam doesn't want to adhere to the hot glue until it gets nice and a little bit dry. So hold it nice and tight until you see that it's good, and then I'm going to do the same exact thing for the second piece. And now I'm going to go in with some beautiful greenery from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to clip them off one by one, and I'm going to start sticking them down into my pool noodle. Now I'm sorry you can't see the one at the top. I didn't notice that it wasn't in the frame, but you can see here in just a minute. I'm going to do the same thing to the one in the bottom, and I'm just going to fill this up completely with greenery. And not completely, I don't do the bottom. You'll see in a minute what I'm going to do, but I add the greenery until it's nice and full at the top. And then I go in with these beautiful purple florals from Dollar Tree. I thought these were so pretty for the spring, so I'm going to attach those as well in between those greenery pieces, and I add about 2 or 3 in each one. Once those are done and they're both looking the same, I'm gonna take a lot of hot glue and place that onto the pool noodle and add a lot of moss. And this is just going to give that look of like the plants are sitting in the dirt, and I really like that because it also covers the the pool noodle. If you wanted, you could obviously, just completely cover the pool noodle with florals, but I thought this look would be really beautiful and I love the look of the moss. So I go ahead and completely cover it, and I also cover the sides. Just make sure you get everything nice and well, as you can see here, because you don't want to forget the sides, and then you can see the pool noodle on the sides when you're done. So just make sure you get that. And then I'm gonna take these rub-on transfers so I can place onto my flower sign for the final step. I placed 2 of them on either side of the word, and look how pretty this DIY turned out, my friend. I really love it. It was super easy to make as well, and who would have thought you used the pool noodle for some home decor piece? You would have to let me know what you think. Don't be afraid to comment down below your thoughts. I am your friend, and I love to comment back and talk to you guys. I really do enjoy reading the comments and conversating. So let me know down below which one is your favorite from today whenever you are done watching today's video. But I absolutely love this DIY. For my third and last DIY for today, I have the rest of the pool noodle and I want to turn it into a circle. And this was kind of a challenge because that pool noodle just wants to jump back and go straight to how it was. I'm gonna take some duct tape so that I can tape it together so it can be sort of a wreath. You want to use a lot of duct tape to make sure that it doesn't come off. So you can see here I took a long piece and I'm just going to try to hold that together. It's hard to do it by myself, holding it and placing the tape at the same time, but I managed to do it, and we won the fight. So now I'm just placing that tape right there nice and tightly and wrapping it around as tightly as I can. Once I get it, I am going to place about 2 more strips just to make sure it's nice and tight and it won't be going anywhere. And then once that is done, I'm going to go in with this beautiful blue fabric and I'm going to cut them into strips because I want to wrap this entire thing in this fabric. And this fabric is from one of my previous collabs where we did a mystery box exchange, but I'm sure you can find something at Dollar Tree to work with. So I'm going to wrap it around my entire wreath form with some hot glue, and I'm going to just work strip by strip. And you want to make sure you wrap it nice and tightly so that there's no loose and baggy pieces on your wreath. So you can see I'm just starting it off here. I'm pressing it nice and tight, and then we're going to wrap it around, and you want to wrap it sort of at an angle so that it goes nice and tight onto your wreath. So then I'm just going to continue that with all of my strips, and yeah, I just cut the strips as I go because I don't know exactly how much I'm going to need. So I just continue going on, and if I need more, I will cut some more strips from that fabric. And the hot glue is working just fine. But if you want to use crazy glue or something stronger, you definitely can, or even fabric glue. And you can also see that I was cutting off the ending of the towel or fabric because I don't want any bumps throughout my wreath whenever we continue wrapping it around. So I cut those ends off to make sure that it's nice and flat. And here's how it looks once it's all nice and wrapped, and I think it's looking super cute and really nice for the spring. Now I'm going to go in with these florals. These are absolutely pretty. I love how sparkly they are, but they don't release and lose a lot of that glitter that's on it, so I like that. I'm just pulling up all of the leaves because I want to clip them off one by one, and I want to attach them onto my wreath. But you can see here I'm using my little knife to just pierce a hole through it, so that way it's easier to stick it inside and put it through that fabric. And I also wanted them to lay flat against my wreath and not sort of, stick up. So I bent the stem really nicely, and that allows it to stay nice and flat once that end piece goes inside of the wreath. So I'm just going to work my way onto the yellow ones now, and then I'm going to fill it up a little bit on either side, and I'm going to add greenery to the bottom middle of my wreath. And my friends, if you've made it this far into the video, thank you so much, and I appreciate you so much. And it is time for our secret word of the day, which is sparkle, because it just reminds me of the berries that I'm attaching onto my wreath. Nice and sparkly. So comment that down in the comments below, and I will know you made it this far into my video. Now you can see there I attached some of the greenery to the bottom half of my wreath in the middle there, and I'm attaching some more berries to fill in any gaps. And then I just take a little excess piece of that fabric and I create a nice little bow so that I can place it in the center bottom where all of that greenery bunch is right on top, using some hot glue. And here is the final look at this DIY, and I think it's so pretty and so perfect for spring and Easter time. You would have to let me know which one was your favorite DIY from today. I really do love all three of them, and I do think that the using the pool noodles is a great idea for your DIYs. Let me know if you would give any one of these a try. I do definitely think you should. It is pretty easy to work with the pool noodles. But my friend, thank you so much for tuning into today's video. Consider hitting that like and subscribe button so you can be a part of my YouTube family. And I will see you all on the next one. Take care. God bless. Bye.